Hello everyone, myself Chetan Kamani welcomes you in the second lecture of the Unit 2 Basics of C in the video lecture series of the Basic Computer Programming hosted by Coding Chip. In the last lecture, I discussed about low level, middle level and high level languages as well as language processors, and finally I have discussed why C language, its history and its application. And in today's video lecture, I will not start the discussion of the concepts of C language, but I will configure the setup, or I can say the environment to run the C language program. So the topics to be covered in today's lecture are downloading and installing Visual Studio Code Editor, installation of C and C++ extension, then installation of compiler, that is MinGW x64, and at the end of this lecture I will write a small program and I will write and execute small hello world program in C language. So by attending this session, you will be able to set up an environment to execute a C program using Visual Studio Code Editor. Right? So very first step is to download Visual Studio Code Editor. Visual Studio Code, also commonly referred to as VS Code, is a source code editor made by Microsoft with the Electron framework for Windows, Linux and macOS. In the Stack Overflow 2021 developer survey, Visual Studio Code Editor was ranked the most popular developer environment tool among 82,000 respondents, with 70% reporting that they use it. So let me show you how to download and install this Visual Studio Code Editor. For that you have to open Google, then type Visual Studio Code and you can see the link here. Open Visual Studio Code, then you can click on download. There are three different options available for different types of operating system. You have to download as per your operating system. For Windows you have to click here. Right now I am using Windows 11, so I will download this, or you can see user installer, system installer, zip and CLI. Once you click on this, downloading will start automatically. The size of the code editor is 88.8 MB. I have already downloaded it. Don't worry, I will share the link in the description below. You can read more about Visual Studio Code Editor in the Wikipedia. I have also shared the link in the description below. You can type right here, Visual Studio Code Wikipedia. You can read more about Visual Studio Code in this page, latest version as well, and features and references, etc. Right? So I will not go in detail about this. I have already downloaded Visual Studio Code. Let me install it. Okay, so you have to install this. Don't forget to check this. There are two options: add open with code action to Windows Explorer directory context menu, as well as you can see the Visual Studio Code option in the Windows Explorer file context menu. So don't forget to check it. Then install. Installation does not take more time. Okay, then you can see this is the screen of Visual Studio Code. you will get such this type of screen here. Let me close this. Okay, now I have downloaded and installed Visual Studio Code Editor. So our first step is over. Our next step is installation of C or C++ extension, right? C or C++ support for Visual Studio Code is provided by a Microsoft C or C++ extension to enable cross-platform C and C++ development on Windows, Linux and macOS. So to install this extension, you have to open first of all Visual Studio Code. Then you have to select extension view, right? This is extension view, or you can, as you can see, you can press Ctrl Shift and X and you will get this extension menu. You have to type C++. Once you type C++, you will get this. I have already installed, so let me uninstall it first. Okay, you can see, you will get, once you type C++, you will get this option, C or C++ IntelliSense debugging and code browsing, right? You have to install it. For that you have to click on this install. It will not take much time if you have fast internet connection, because it downloads each and every file of this extension from the internet. So after you install this extension, when you open or create any C related files, star.c file, you will have syntax highlighting, or either I can say colorization, smart completions and hovers, and error checking. Don't worry about these words. I will discuss these words in the next lecture, so don't worry. When I type different programs of C language, I will discuss this. Okay. So as you know that C is a compiled language, meaning your program source code must be translated or must be compiled before it can be run on a computer. So VS Code is the first and foremost an editor, and it relies on command line tools to do much of the development workflow. The C or C++ extension does not include a C compiler. This extension does not install C compiler. It is just an extension for the help of C program, right? So what you have to do to compile the C language program, you will need to install these tools, as I can say compiler, or you have to check that it is already installed on your computer or not, because most of the operating system comes with a C compiler installed. So you have to check whether it is installed on your operating system before installing it, because most Linux distribution have GNU compiler collection, GNU compilers collection short from GCC, right? And macOS users can get the Clang tools with Xcode. So make sure your compiler executable in the platform path. I will discuss about this path later on this in today's lecture, and I will talk about this path kind of things in the later part of the lecture when I will configure it. So you can check the availability of C++ tools by opening the integrated terminal. How you can open integrated terminal in VS Code? For that you have to go to view, then you can see the terminal. Once you click on it, you will get this terminal here, and you have to type two commands, any command, G++ version. You can see the term G++ is not recognized. You will get error because there is no GCC compiler in your Windows operating system, in my operating system, right? Then I have to check Clang. Version. Okay. Also and this time also I am getting an error because there is no Clang compiler installed. So if not installed, then we have to install it. Okay, I will describe how to install the minimalist GNU for Windows. Either I can say MinGW compiler, right? MinGW is a popular free tool set for Windows. If you are running VS Code on another platform, you can read the C++ tutorials. I have shared the link in the description below, which covers C++ configuration for Linux and macOS. I will install MinGW x64 using msys2. So what is that msys2? First of all, yeah. So up to this we have installed and downloaded Visual Studio, then we have installed C or C++ extension. Then our next step is we have to install compiler MinGW x64. So we will install MinGW x64, not W64. Sorry, yes, this one. Yeah, MinGW W64 via msys2, which provides up-to-date native build of GCC, that is GNU compiler collection, MinGW64 and other helpful C++ tools and libraries. So how to download or how to download this compiler? For that you have to open Google. Yeah, you have to open Google and type msys2. So you will get this link, msys2. You have to click on this. Then you have to download installer. Okay, you can see the installation installed here. I have already shared the link in the description below. You can directly use that link to download this msys2. Okay, the size of this installer is almost 83 MB, right? I have already downloaded it, so I'm going to cancel it. Okay, so let me install it. Then click on next, then next, then next. It will take some time for the installation. There are so many compilers available in the market today to run C or C++ program, but I will use this compiler which is more user friendly compared to other compilers. So there are so many compilers just like Turbo C, Dev C++, and there are so many Android applications are available to run C program. If you have a laptop or if you have a desktop computer, then it would be very convenient to write C or C++ program on your desktop than on your Android phone. So I would prefer you do your programming on your laptop, but if you do not have laptop or desktop, then you can continue with your Android application, right? So this installation is taking time. I have to wait for a few seconds until and unless this installation complete. Okay, then don't forget to check this, finish. Once you finish, you will get this screen. Now I have installed msys2. Then I have to install GCC compiler in this. For that I have to write one command. Let me magnify the screen. Okay, I think it's visible, right? Then you have to write command pacman hyphen capital S hyphen needed then base level space MING W -W64 small w, right? X 86 hyphen 64 underscore 64 hyphen tool chain. Okay, you can see there is an error. Okay, so what is that error? I have to add 2 hyphen here. Okay, there is also one error. Okay, you have to make space between heated and base. Okay, you will see this kind of things here. Then in this thing you have to select option 3. Okay, if you hit the enter, you will have all this kind of compiler will be installed, or repository will be installed in your computer. But we are here for the C++, so C programming, so we have to install MinGW GCC compiler, right? So I have to select option 3, then press the enter. Okay, then you can see total downloaded size 67.55 MB and total install size 465.04 MB. Okay, for the installation you have to click, you have to enter Y. Then let me, okay, once you enter Y, you will get this installation. It will automatically retrieve packages from the internet, and it will automatically install. No need to you do not need to add or select any kind of things while installing, right? It will take some time. If you have fast internet connection, then it will be installed within a minute, right? It is updating the info directory file. Okay, now installation complete. Then close this. So up to this, what we have done, very first we have downloaded Visual Studio and installed it. Then we have installed C or C++ extension in the Visual Studio itself. Then I have explicitly downloaded MinGW64 compiler from the MSYS2 website, and I have installed it. Our next step is to add the MinGW compiler to your path. Next step is add the MinGW compiler to your path. For that you have to click on start, then open settings. Then you have to type here environment. Okay, you can see edit the system environment variable. Click on this, then click on this environment variables, then click on this path, then click on edit. I have already edited it. Okay, so click on path, then edit. Wait, I have already installed, that's why it is showing that. Let me show you again. Click on right here environment. Okay, edit the system environment, then click on this environment variables, then select this path and click on edit, then click here new. So you have to add path of the compiler that I have installed. Which compiler I have installed? MinGW x64. So which path I have to add here? So where it is installed, open Explorer, go to C drive and find MSYS64. You can see, click on it, then find MinGW64. You can see, and then click on bin, then copy this path, Control C. I can say copy this path, close it, then add new path, Control V, paste, OK, then OK, then OK. So the path is added. Then open Visual Studio Code Editor. Yeah, okay. Now I have typed CLS to clear the terminal. Then you have to type GCC -- version. Okay, I have written wrong spelling. You can see here gcc.exe built MSYS2 project 12.1.0. That means this terminal now it is able to access all the files of GCC. That means you will be able to compile the C program now using this Visual Studio Code Editor. So let me write one simple C program. Okay, click here, open folder. For the sake of simplicity, I am making a new folder, hello, and I am selecting here, select folder, then click here, type hello world.c. Once you type hello world.c, you will get this new file here, right? So we have already done environment setup. And our final task is to write and execute a small program in the Visual Studio Code Editor. So let me write it. Now you can see the help I am getting here in the Visual Studio Code Editor. Okay, so yeah, now it's done. Don't worry if you don't know anything in the code now, because I will explain everything in the detail from the next lecture. The main objective of this lecture is to set up the environment. So I have already written a small C program which will give output hello world on the output screen. So I have already written it, right? The next task is to compile and run. For that you have to click here, run code. Okay, it is giving me an error. Okay, run C or C++ file, launch GDB launch. Okay, close it, run C or C++ Windows launch. Sorry, there is an error. Wait. Let me restart this. Okay, you can see I have restarted this Visual Studio. Then once you click on this run code, or either you can type control plus alt plus n. Once you click on this, you will get this screen and you will see the output here, hello world. Okay, so that's all about this lecture. So what I have done in this lecture, first of all, very first step is I have downloaded Visual Studio Code and installed it. Second, I have installed C or C++ extension. Third, I have downloaded MinGW package. I have downloaded MSYS2 package, and then from that I have installed MinGW compiler. Then I have set the path using environment variable. Okay, then I have written a very small program, to print, which will print hello world. Okay, then I have compiled and executed the program. Okay, so that's all about this lecture. And you can see there are so many other compilers and editors available on the internet, as I told you in this lecture. So dev C++, Borland C++, Turbo C, some of the Windows compiler, and you can find some Android applications which will compile your C program. CXX Droid, Coding C, Mobile C. Okay, I have used this Visual Studio Code because it is so much user friendly compared to this compiler. So that's all about this lecture. These are the different references or content references, and these are the image references that I have taken from the internet. So thank you for watching this video lecture. If you have any doubts or any queries or any suggestions, then write in the comment section below. And yeah, don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. To hit the below icon to get the instant notification for the next video lecture of the series. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.